Jevy, welcome back to Hook, Line and Sinker. So this is the show where we preview the game. So we're obviously up to round 13. So we go through any hooks that we like. Obviously, I ask you for the line. You have a guess at it. We give the $1.30 legs for both teams to build our multi and a sinker of a leg that we may not go through. Jev, how are you, my good man?
Yes, I am great, sir. I am very good. Do you remember when I tipped Nick Dacos to win the Anzac Day medal about a week out, tipped it again on Hook, Line and Sinker? You know, remember when Conor McGregor was Mystic Mac? I'm going to call myself Genie Jev or something like that, and I have a prediction today. And I have one next week as well, but I'm going to save the one next week for next week. And I've got a prediction today that is an absolute lock that's a get on after this show, and we'll get to it when we get there.
Weren't you the Bayside Wizard?
Yeah, maybe. The Southeast Wizard.
Southeast Wizard.
At picking first touchdown scorers.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
now, Jev, obviously, just want to say before we start, I was going to crowbar it in at the start, but for everyone that does listen, we do really appreciate the support. So make sure you are subscribing, obviously, on YouTube. The more, obviously, followers we get, we actually are quite close to a little milestone. So the more we get closer to that, the more stuff we can actually do, more time we can actually spend on the show. And also, when we do reshare it on our page, we obviously would really appreciate it. Be a friend, tell a friend, share it, put it to your story. The more people it goes out to, the more views we get, and the more stuff we can actually do with the show and the podcast. So we do really appreciate it. Now, Jev, let's get into it.
One other thing on that, Darcy. Yeah, we absolutely we love doing it. We appreciate people that listen. Next week, we're going to get some fan interaction. So if you want to be on this show, have something to say on this show, roast one of the two of us, send it in a DM. We'll hook it into the show. Let you read out your DMs or something, because we absolutely love the people that listen. We appreciate it so much. So
we'll do a little mailbag or something.
Yeah, a little mailbag, whatever you want to say. Feel free. Me and Das love the feedback.
Fucking oath we do. All right, Jev. Now, before we get into it, what the fuck was that Pride video?
That was strange, wasn't it? Alan Mills, he was having a good time, the boy. Swans in their Pride jumpers tomorrow.
Is that McInerney at the front? Loving it?
He loved it. He's got the darkest hair in the AFL.
He's the king of Pride Week.
I
called this. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I said it's a joke. You got to be wearing your Pride jerseys for Buddy's 350th.
Yeah, we always wear against Saints. I can't believe we're wearing them for Bud's 350. Actually, it would be a good little memorabilia. Have you seen with Buddy's 350 against the 350th against Saints, 300th against the Saints, 250th, 200th, and 150th, all against the Saints?
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking
all in a Pride jersey. He loves them.
Yeah. Would you buy a Pride jersey, Bud 350 jersey at a raffle? Silent raffle, what would you bid?
No way. I'd pay $50 not to go into it.
Gosh.
All right, Jev. First game, Sydney and St Kilda.
Both coming off a bye. I think it's going to be tighter than you think. I'm going to go the Swans. I'm going to only say by about 4.5 points.
Yeah, it's 5.5 leaning your way, which I actually agree with. Even though Saints have obviously started red hot, a lot of teams have found them out. And obviously up in Sydney, I reckon you guys should be the favourites. Where do you think the line... $1.30 legs, and then I'll get a hook off you. Would you take the Swans plus 10.5 or St Kilda plus 25.5? Geez, that's juicy. Both at $1.30.
Both really nice. How much did we beat the Blues by when we played them Friday night?
22 points or something?
22. The Saints line's probably safe, but I'm going to take... I love home and I love points. That's not a Swans bias thing. Remember when Port Adelaide played Melbourne on that Friday night at home and we got all those points for Port Adelaide? And I took the Swans against Carlton on Friday night. The play on Friday nights especially is the home team with points. I'm going to take the Swans.
Has been all year. Yeah, I'll be taking the Swans as well, Jev. So love that at $1.30 and Buddy to absolutely go bananas in his Pride jersey. Do you have a hook in this one?
Yeah, Bud's kicking 2 in his 350th, isn't he? I'll go look up the odds right now. He's kicking 2. And Cal Wilkie is on Pyramid Watch. He's out of form a bit. And if Bud kicks 2 or 3 on him or gets a hold of him, Zach Merritt has to come in. He's a lock to come in. Brayshaw, Taranto are knocking on the door. Someone's going to go out. I was going to drop Tom Stewart, but he was best on ground by an absolute mile on the weekend. So he's going to stay. So
Morg said you can't, when he had 10 touches and a goal in the last quarter when the game's on the line.
10 perfect coaches votes. my reasoning for going to drop him is he's still a great player. Like, he's an absolute star. He's got 4 All-Australian jackets in the last 6 years. He's only been in the AFL for like 7 years. It's unbelievable. But when Geelong are losing, and they're not, winning every game, he's not as good as, he doesn't look as good when they're losing, does he? And then they beat the Dogs. He's the reason they win. You're like, yeah, this bloke's a fucking gun.
Yeah. Did you find out what Bud pays?
Yeah, $1.61 for 2.
I've got another $1.60 leg here for you, Jev. Sydney to win head-to-head. So that's $1.62. You've won 8, each of its last 8 home matches against St Kilda.
So for $2.25, we're getting Swans win. That's got the Swans line in it too. Bud for 2, Swans to win, into Chad Warner 25. Go count your cash, dope.
Into the Swans to have the worst pride jumper of all time.
Oh, is Callum Mills playing? I wonder who's back. I'm excited.
Yeah, interesting to see when the teams come out. So we're both going to take the Swans here. I love that. We're off to a good start. Now, this game on Friday night, Jev, this is going to be a cracker. Bulldogs and Port. Port actually have an underrated record at Marvel, and it's unbelievable.
I actually wouldn't have a clue. I'm going to say this is Pick'em. I'm going to say it's 0.05 the line, $1.80 a piece.
It's Port Adelaide minus 3.5.
So they're the favourites. Wow.
So weird on here, because it's at Marvel.
Yeah.
Port $1.83 to Bulldogs 2-1.
Haven't they won 8 in a row at...
Yeah.
Oh, what can I get for both?
So $1.30, you can take the Bulldogs plus 20.5 or Port Adelaide plus 15.5.
I'm just going to take Port in the points. They're absolutely flying. I've got one coming up. I'm pretty sure Port play Geelong next week, Friday night, and it's off Geelong's bye, and Port have their bye afterwards. Geelong will be the play next Friday night. I'm going to take Port's line plus 15.5. They keep winning games. Do you remember this game in the wet Darc where it looked like the Bulldogs were going to win all day? Waitman's first game back, kick 4. It was all Dogs, and then they tagged Bontempelli. He had like 20 clearances, tagged him in the last quarter. Port Adelaide got over the line. Another Zach Butters special. I reckon Willem Drew will go to Bontempelli first bounce, and I think Port Adelaide will cover the 15.5. What about you?
Yeah, it's annoying when we both agree on it, but 100%. Willem Drew will go to him, Jev. This was the first Zach Butters game that came through, and also Jason Horne-Francis had that massive last quarter.
That's
in
right.
The game. And this is the multi that I cashed out on that. Thank fuck I did, but they just looked tougher in that last quarter. Bond couldn't get his hands on it, and they ran away with it.
Todd Martin clutched up. He kicked those big set shot goals. Yeah, I'm going to go Port. Under the lid, they're as good as anyone. 8 in a row. I reckon that continues. They're gonna lose the game eventually, Port, but I think the 15.5 they'll cover. They're a good team. They're on fire. So Port
it'll be close if not. Watching them last week, I was messaging you boys because I was at home. I'm like, they're putting a fucking beat down on Port. And then, as everyone else said, it's close to one of the best first halves you will ever see. Not only that, but aesthetically at Adelaide Oval, but they were as clean as a whistle. And I just think the two midfields match up so well against each other.
Yeah.
So I think in the middle, that's where the battle's going to be won. Rosé's in red hot form. I think he had 13 inside 50s on the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm backing their forwards a lot more at the moment. I think Dixon comes back in the side. Junior Rioli, Sam Powell-Pepper is going to be kicking goals. Like, you're not trusting Jamara or Norton at the moment, or Tony Scott. Like, their forward line compared to Port's. Port have so much more firepower, especially when their midfielders are getting in and kicking goals as well. I'll be taking Port plus 15.
A while ago, this is a couple of years ago, this was Jeremy Cameron's last year at GWS, or second last year at GWS. Me and Frank and Coach, me and Pricey had a take that Jeremy Cameron is the most overrated player in the league, right? That was our take. We thought there was a year at GWS, I'm like, this bloke is no good. He's so overrated. Everyone tells me how good he is, and he's no good. That take's come back to bite us. The card is hard. My new take of the season is Aaron Norton is the most overrated player in the league. I reckon he's all fart, no shit. I reckon he's all sizzle, no take, Darth. All you hear about is, like, Norton's in for a big night. He kicks only 1 a week. He kicks 1. That's it. He never kicks 5. He never kicks 4. Like, Jeremy Cameron, Charlie Kerner, at least they kick 3s and 4s. And Luke Bruce kicks 3 every week or 2 every week. Norton only ever kicks 1. So that was my take. And then I heard that the Swans are reaching out to give Norton the Buddy Franklin offer. And I'm like, oh, God, should I go with this take or just keep it myself? But I think Aaron Norton is the most overrated player in the league right now.
Yeah.
If he comes to the Swans, he'll be a gun, but I'm going to stick to this take.
Yeah, he had those couple of games where he was just flying and clunking everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, put him back, put him forward. But yeah, you're right. I think, what do we hear today? I think he goes at like, his set shot probability, I think, is at 55%.
Yeah.
And he's kicking those at 52%.
Yeah.
So he's not an accurate kick. He never looks like he's going to go back and like slot them.
Yeah.
Like Des Cameron looks like he slots them. Hawkins looks like he slots
Beautiful
them.
kicks.
Brendan Favola looks like he goes back and slots them.
Yeah. I don't. That's my take. I'm standing on it. He's the most overrated player in the league. We're taking Port Adelaide's line. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, this game, Jev, Hawthorn and Brisbane.
So it's at the MCG, I believe.
I'm almost 5,000%. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can see Brisbane off a bye putting a beat down on the Hawks. I'm going to say the line's Brisbane by about 20.5.
24.5, yep.
24.5. I don't know what I'm getting for Brisbane. It's 25.5 here, I can see. I don't know what I can get Brisbane at $1.30, but I'm taking it. What is it?
This is my lock of the week, Jev. Brisbane minus 6.5 or Hawthorn plus 44.5.
Yeah, Brisbane. Geez, I got the greatest cover, the greatest backdoor cover with the Hawks last week. Had them plus 56.5 on this show. You took Port Adelaide. When it was 94 points at halftime, I thought, I'm in trouble here. But they lost by 56 and I covered. I couldn't believe it. This is the bet of the weekend, I think. Brisbane minus 6.5.
There's another one a little bit later, which I'll touch on.
12.5 at $1.42. This is the bet of the week. I know Sicily's back, but Brisbane off a bye. MCG is where grand finals won, and this might be their last time they play till finals at the MCG. They will be looking to get it right, and they will give Hawthorn a beat down.
For anyone that doesn't know what Jev was talking about, the backdoor cover. So sometimes you can try and look for the backdoor cover. So, for example, if it was West Coast Collingwood last week, you think that a team like Collingwood will bash them up at the start, and then Collingwood, obviously the game's won, they take their foot off the gas, and then the shit team just comes through and just backdoor covers those points. So sometimes you can actually look for that. Jev wasn't intentionally doing that, but it happened.
I thought Hawthorn were good enough to cover, and then they were down by 94 points. They're talking about that was the best half of football anyone's ever seen. They're saying Port Adelaide's kicking display was out of this world, the way they were using the ball. And then they covered Hawks. Luke Bruce, our man, just covered for us. So that was a good cover. Yeah, Brisbane's the play here for sure.
Brisbane, Jev, if they're going to want to win the flag, they're going to want to have to win at this ground. So, they've had their troubles here in the past. So, they're going to try and treat this almost like a mini final just about to come. Their only good game that they had here was against Melbourne in that first final where they beat them up.
Yeah.
That was literally the only one. So, look for them to come out firing, try and ice this one early. But you could almost be looking at Hawthorn for another backdoor cover. But minus 6.5, Jev, for Brisbane is absolute cash. Rolling into the next game, which is absolute cash as well, Jev. So we've got Adelaide and West Coast at Adelaide Oval.
Adelaide are a fucking good team at home. I'm going to go 34.5, Darc.
52.5.
Ooh, that's a lot of points. I can understand why, but it's a lot of points for a team.
The line against West Coast the last 7 weeks has been like 50 points.
It's crazy.
It's the only one that they didn't win was against Essendon. They came under that.
I've got a little.
And Collingwood.
What can I get for? While I quickly just look something up, what can I get for $1.30, Darc?
Your second certainty of the week. So Adelaide minus 40.5 or West Coast plus 77. Adelaide are going to win by 40 points.
You reckon? I don't think it's an absolute certainty, but I do like where your head's at.
40 points. West Coast have no one. At home, they just got beaten to the Gold Coast in a game where they were really competitive for 3 quarters.
Running out
40 points is nothing.
I know.
Port Adelaide were up by 55 points at quarter time against Hawthorn.
Yeah.
I think 40 points is a lock. That into Brisbane, if I was on Here Comes the Money.
You'd be having to. I've got a little take I was thinking driving the other day, Darc. If you go look at Tim Kelly's season, he has not played a bad game for the season. For a bloke in a losing side, so they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've lost 10 in a row. They're 1 and 11. My take,
18 out of the last 19.
my take isn't that he's going to win the Brownlow, but can you see him having like a top 3, top 5 finish with 1 and 2 vote games? Like, just stacks up 1, 2 votes because he's the best player clearly on the field for West Coast every week, and he just gets 1s and 2s and 1s and 2s all year round. Looking at his stats, it's been 29 and a goal, 29, 29, 26 and a goal, 29 and a goal, 27, 36 and 2, 34. Like, he gets 33 and 2.
Like, I know he'll probably get a vote against Melbourne because he played really well that game. But a lot of the others, I know he's there, but I think there's just too much from the other teams. Like even against West Coast, against Carlton, like he played okay, but he's not going to get votes.
Carlton, 9 goals, 36 touches. Like, I guess.
I just think because they lose by so much, the impact that he's having isn't worthy of a vote.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately. But look, he might scrape him. He should definitely scrape him. Like that Melbourne game, he definitely deserves votes.
I wonder I reckon he'll stack 1s and 2s and finish on like 18 votes. Could nearly be a top 10 finish for him.
Hope he does. So Adelaide, Jev, we're both going to take him. Or are you going to take? West Coast?
I can't trust West Coast. Nah. Not Adelaide at home are a fucking different beast. They love it at Adelaide Oval. There's some hooks in this game. Rochelle for 2, Rankin for 2, Fogarty for 2, Tex Walker for 2. They'll all pop up and kick a couple.
I'm telling you,
Dawson for 25.
I'm telling you that Rankin's going to kick 3.
3?
At least.
Yeah, Bobby Hill got a liking to West Coast.
Rankin had a stinker.
Yeah, he did. He got humbled a bit. I called that last week, didn't I? I gave the line 2.5 goals. You said over. I went under. That was a good
He had a stinker.
Let's go.
He's going to come back and have a monster game this week, I reckon. All right, next game, Jev. Fremantle and Richmond. This is over in the West.
I'm going to say Freo by about 17.5, 3 goals.
15.5.
Yeah, nice. Not bad. I can see right here I'm getting $1.43 for Freo head-to-head, which means I can get Freo for plus some points at home, and I'll be taking that. West Coast Richmond just played at GWS on Sunday Arvo. Now they've got to fly home and fly over to Perth. They haven't had their bye yet. Freo off a bye. The absolute side to be on is whatever. I can get $1.30 for Freo here.
Yeah, I'll be taking Freo as well because it's plus 3.5, but Richmond plus 34.5. Mate, like they don't get flogged, do they? But I wouldn't trust them not to. They actually might over there. But definitely, if it's a pick 'em, like who are you taking? You have to take Freo.
I'm taking that Freo line. I reckon it's an absolute lock. Richmond always playing tight games, like always. They never blow teams out. 3.5 points of Freo at home off a bye is the side to be on. Everyone's going to come back healthy. Let's go.
I'm fucking excited to watch that game, actually. Especially, I like when the Freo fans are up and about.
Yeah.
The crowd actually gets into it, actually means a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's at home, you can literally you can pick your smalls, I reckon, where the Sonny Walters just signed a contract. Schultz, Bamfield. Swikowski. Those guys just rotate through. So you just pick your favorite. Pick your favorite, hope for the best. Straight-eyed Jai miss.
Yeah.
Mate, he's good. Mate,
Jai.
It's going to be an interesting game. All right, next game, North Melbourne and GWS.
Under the lid, I'm assuming. Oh, this is a good game.
This is the nightmare game you went to last year.
Oh, this was horrible. GWS minus 12.5 is my call.
Minus 15.5. This is where Himmelberg had like 40 in a goal.
That's right. He was unbelievable. This was the game we knew Horn Francis wasn't playing at North Melbourne again the next year. His body language was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Toby Green took mark of the year. Josh Kelly was good this day. North Melbourne are playing fucking good footy under the lid right now. Like really good footy under the lid. And we love GWS. They're a team. What can I get for $1.30?
So North Melbourne plus 32.5 or GWS plus 5.5?
I reckon they're both winning. I'm leaning North Melbourne, but I just think it's impossible to bet on North Melbourne. What about you?
I just know GWS struggled at Marvel against Essendon, but I don't rate how much they score. But judging off, I'm going to check my ladder. Where's the ladder at?
Yeah, tell me off the ladder.
Still says take GWS by fair. Oh, yeah, still says take GWS. I'll take the Giants. I still rate the Giants. I think they're fucking good.
Yeah, I will too. I'll take the Giants. They had a bad loss last week. If we can get plus points, plus 5.5, like North can win by a point, we still win. I'll take the Giants with you, Das.
How's need Cadman to fire up a touch? You only had 2 touches on the weekend.
2. You're
Yep.
kidding.
Nah.
He needs fire up. Perfect game under the lid for Big Cadman. Taking a couple of clunks on Ben Mackay. I just watched, you know that video how Massimo D'Ambrosio kicked the winner against North on the weekend?
Yeah.
The stringer smother, then stringer tackle. Have you seen Ben Mackay's effort in that video?
Is it like Harry?
It is horrible. I just watched it like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, that is terrible. So I'm all over, what's it called?
I want those two to play on each other so bad just to see what a crop
effort. Oh, that would be fucked. Chromosome Cup, that would be. That would be fucked.
And I reckon it's a bit of a hook, Jev. Have to take all those GWS midfielders. North are pretty young under in the midfield, and I reckon those guys, they're just way too experienced, and they're going to want to flex their muscle a little bit this week.
North are the best centre clearance team in the comp. They're unbelievable when it comes to a centre bounce.
Oh, you know we're taking?
Who?
Cogs for first snag.
Oh, he kicked last year. He's kicked about 8 times against North. I reckon he loves getting on the end of it.
You have to take him.
Cogs.
All right, next game, Jev. So we're both agreeing on all of them. I love it. All right, we're going to this one. Sunday night, King's birthday eve, playing up Carlton and Essendon, the old rivals.
I'm pretty sure this is the only line I know because I got sent one of our group chats. I'm pretty sure it's Essendon minus 3.5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for $1.30, Carlton plus 19.5 or Essendon plus 16.5?
Oh, I'll be taking the Bombers. Absolutely taking the Bombers. Bombers with points. Bombers are clearly the better side. Going better. Carlton are shit. You can get the Bombers plus points. Carlton do not kick enough goals to blow out any team. I'll be taking the Bombers plus 17.5 points. Das, what about you?
Yeah, I'll be taking the Blues this week. And you know why? I've found my hook of the week.
Yeah, talk to me.
Even the bookies know, Jev. Who hasn't been informed for the Blues? Our big key forward.
Cherno.
Who is the ultimate form setter?
Zerk Thatcher.
Zerky boy. I'm telling you, Jev, he's going to kick a fucking bucket load of goals. Have a guess what Charlie is for 5.
I'm looking at it right now. $3.90. That is short.
That is short.
$7.50 for 6. That is short.
That is short. For 5 goals, he's $3.90. Harry's 18. Owies is 41, the little selfish prick. Can you believe that, Jev? They know Zerk Thatcher.
Is Pitnet playing or is he still injured?
I'm pretty sure he's playing.
What about I'm looking here. Tom DeConn for 3 at $10.50. 4 is 34. Could you see him popping up for 2 or 3 on Zerk?
It's the Charlie Show.
The Charlie Show, 6.
This is the mismatch. They're going to get Harry to run around a little bit, get him ISO on Zerk. He's way too athletic. The crowd's going to be humming at the G. It's going to be a good night. It's 5 goals, Jev. 3-9.
We've already seen Charlie kick 6 once against North Melbourne this year. We're going to watch him kick 6 again.
It's going to be like how Hawkins had 4 on him in 10 minutes. What the fuck is going on?
3 at quarter time.
Yeah, I reckon get to him. Like, what haven't we been doing? No ISO ball. We've been fucking around with it. Get it to him. Open up the space.
Anytime first half, he's $1.15. Geez, that's short. What about any early first quarter goal? Oh, first goal scorer, $6.25 for first. We'll be on that with a bit of a raffle tab ticket. We'll be on Charlie Kerner for the first.
I'm getting on Charlie for most goals in an absolute. Actually, this will be funny. So, Jev, I've been to 2 Carlton Essendon draws.
Yep.
And they have been a weird experience to go to. One of them, we were there. You might not remember. I remember this.
Yeah, Dustin Fletcher mowed down Jeffy Garlett.
That was funny. I think year 7 or year 8, we were, so 2008. And that's when the sub rule first started to come out. And Lockie Henderson had a bath of a day, like had one of the worst days you'll ever see. And they put up on the scoreboard, like as he's coming off the ground, Lockie Henderson subbed off. 90,000 fans all clapped.
Jeez, he must have had a bad day.
Every Carlton supporter and every Essendon supporter. Everyone just cheered. I felt so sorry for him. But I'll be taking the Blues, Jev, plus 19.5. We're going to bounce back.
I do not get, I do not listen to anything you say about the Blues anymore. They are horrible.
I went with you on Melbourne last week.
You did.
We both got a win.
I think the Blues haven't covered their $1.30 line 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
More than that.
I can nearly name them. They didn't cover against the D's, didn't cover against the Dogs when we were there, didn't cover against the Swans, didn't cover against
Brisbane.
It's so many. Collingwood, they didn't cover against.
We only did against West Coast. That's same as our win-losses.
Oh, God. When you lose bad.
Blues this week, baby.
Come on.
Let's go. All right, last game, Jev. This must be your monster hook in this game. But it's the King's birthday. Melbourne and Collingwood. Obviously, no Degoe. I'm so intrigued. This is the second game that derailed Melbourne's seasons last year.
Yeah.
Now, Grundy, he's come out and he said that he cannot wait to play them on King's birthday. That's what he said when he got traded. He's like, see on Queen's birthday,
I saw that.
So, Jev,
do you remember last year 10K Punters Club had Lipinski for 20 in this game and he didn't get it? Do you remember that? All we had was Lipinski for 20. Fuck. My estimate line is it's going to be Collingwood by about 5.5.
2.5.
Ooh, so it's basically pick 'em.
Yep.
I love that. Brodie Grundy for a snag is a great bet. What can I get for $1.30, Das?
So Melbourne plus 19.5 or Collingwood plus 16.5?
All right. So you know how they call me the Bayside Wizard and they call me the Southeast Magician and Jevy Genie and all this stuff. I saw the script to this game and I've got an absolute lock, Das.
Oh, my God. What is it?
Do they give out a medal on King's birthday for best on ground?
I believe so.
Clayton Oliver is the biggest lock to win the medal I've ever seen into Melbourne win. Melbourne head-to-head into Clayton Oliver medal. He was going to play last week. Now he's got 10 more days of prep. He's going to be absolute cherry ripe. Melbourne plus 19.5 at $1.31. Tick. Melbourne to win head-to-head at $2.02 into Clayton Oliver, best on ground in this game. 30 and a goal. He will be best on ground. That's my pick.
He got robbed last year. I thought he should have won it.
In a loss.
Yeah. Remember, he had like 50,000 touches.
Collingwood played their system no matter who they're playing.
Who won Coxie last year?
Did he?
Was it Cox or my check?
Maybe it was my check. Should we look it up?
Can't remember who. I swear. Yeah, I thought it should have been Oliver 100%.
Queen's birthday medal. What is it? 2022.
Yeah. He had a fucking cracker. It was unbelievable, that game.
Melbourne Collingwood. King's birthday. It's now called the King's birthday, which is so weird. I had to search King's birthday.
He had 43. He had 43 in a goal last year, Jev.
And he was best on. He was best on ground, yeah. So it says on Wikipedia here.
Oh, good. He's gone back to back.
He's gone back. I'm telling you. Collingwood might win the game. I actually think Melbourne are going to win this game. I reckon they're primed to win this game. But Melbourne, they'll cover the plus 9.5. And Collingwood they'll back their system, back their mids to just do what they do on the MCG. They do it every week. They're unbelievable. But Clary is going to have 40 and a goal and win best on. And it's the lock of the round. Clary best on. Might even kick 2. And Brodie Grundy for a snag is also a Grundy and Gawn for a goal will both go in locks.
All the ruckmen. Go Darcy, Cameron and Cox in there.
Yeah. I'll give you a little early prediction.
400.
The 100K bet this week will be heavy into this game.
Oh,
It's going to have Clary 30, Dacos 30, Petrarca 25 and a goal, Grundy
Charlie
goal,
5.
Gorn goal. Who?
Charlie 5 in the game before against Essendon. We're loading up.
Yeah, we're going big those games. We're making it to at least Sunday night this week.
Do you remember what this? So I remember watching this last year. Have a look at some of these stats. Oliver 43 and 1, Dacos 33, Nick that is. Jack Viney 33 and a goal, Petrarca 32, Chris 29 and a goal, James Jordan 29 and a goal, Brayshaw 29, Maynard 25, DeGoey 22. But unbelievable.
Big day.
I'm excited that's 1v3. It's a genuine heavyweight event. Might check kick 4 in this game.
Yeah, he's a stud. He has to be a lock for All Australian right now. I've been saying it for weeks, haven't I? He is a stud.
They just do it well, don't they, the Pies?
My prediction next week, Darc, I'm going to give you a little teaser now. I am going to give you on this show in 1 week the Norm Smith medalist. The Norm Smith medalist. At the end of round, looking forward to round 13, I'm telling you who the Norm Smith medalist. I've got it. I've already got it. And if I can back it, I want to back it. I will back it next week live on this show. I know who the Norm Smith medalist is going to be.
Teams aren't even cemented in the finals, and you're going to the Norm Smith medalist.
And I know who the Norm Smith medal is going to be, Darc. And I've got my take. I've got my prediction. And
So after Clary wins the medal this week and you're 2 from 2 on medals.
2 from 2. Once you win a bit of cheddar on Clary this week, wait, save your cash for the Norm Smith medalist I give out next week. When I'm 2 from 2 and I'm giving out 3 for 3, a hot plate of lasagna, it's going to be that good.
Mate, speaking of lasagna, who do we like tomorrow in the basketball?
Oh, fuck. Jeez, I tipped Miami to win that game too, and I backed them. The only thing that cost me was Jimmy 25. I think it's going to be 2-2 going back to Denver either way. So I can't predict who's going to win tomorrow yet. I'm going to listen to all the shows in the morning first thing before I have a bet, and I'll post on our Discord who I think is going to win, and yeah, we'll have a go at a multi.
It's unbelievable. That first game, Joe, like Denver looked so much better, and then the last game, it's like Miami, like, fuck, they actually can.
I'll give you one stat I've been hearing a lot. When Jokic has 10 assists or more, the Nuggets are 34 and 4 on the season. When he has under 10 assists, they're 14 and 17. So if you're going to bet on Miami to win, take Jokic assists under and even alter it to 11.5 under. And if you're going to take Denver to win, take him 10 assists and more.
It's pretty crazy. Even the other night, what do you have, 41?
Yeah, but only 4 assists. And they reckon because he can score whenever he wants, but the rest of the team doesn't get going if he's not assisting. So and then their game's off. And then when he does give them good looks deep in the fourth quarter, they're not in their rhythm. So they clunk, and then it's Miami time. Butler just takes over. Bam's been unbelievable. So let's go.
I'm excited.
Let's fucking go.
And my guy, Michael Porter Jr. Can't wait to see him jack up 1,000 shots tomorrow.
That meme I sent you, when black people in America are like to the cops, don't shoot. And the cop is Michael Porter Jr. He just fucking shoots. He shoots it all. Let's fucking go. So let's go, Darc. Good week. Let's go through our lines just quickly.
All right, so we're both taking the Swans.
Yeah.
In those fucking Pride jerseys.
We're getting cancelled.
If your multi wins, you got to buy one.
Done.
You got to wear one on the pod.
9-1. Yeah, they'll be about $90. I'll have 10 on it.
I think should be free. We're both taking Port Adelaide plus points.
Yeah.
We are both taking Brisbane lock of the week minus 6.5 against Hawthorn.
Bet of the week.
We are both taking Adelaide minus 40 against West Coast at home. The Toasters have no players. Next game, we're both taking Fremantle at home, plus 3.5 against Richmond. We'll both be taking GWS plus a couple of points against North Melbourne at home. North also pretty good bet to lay on. They've got about 30 points there. So for anyone, if you like North, not a bad bet. You'll be taking Essendon.
Plus 3.5.
have to take Carlton 19.5.
Yeah.
Fuck, got to make it a bit different. And who'd you say you're going to take in this one? Melbourne?
Melbourne plus 9.5. What about you?
I'll take the pie. Well, they're going to keep it close. That's 17.5 points.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to get blown out.
It's
So
a great bet for a team that's won. I'm pretty sure they've won like 25 in a row on the G or something, or 24 of 25 on the G.
They're not going to get smoked. So 17.5.
17.5 that's probably the smarter side to be on. If you're a sharp, that is the side to be on Collingwood side. I'm just very confident in Melbourne this week, and Clary's winning the best on medal.
Fucking hell. I can't wait to see who wins the fucking Norm Smith next week.
Yeah, I'll give you the Norm Smith medal next week's show. But right now, I'm just giving you Clary to be the best on.
Fucking oath. All right.
I hope that game is an absolute cracker, and we're a bit hungover after Carlton Essendon Sunday night. We're just on the couch and we watch an absolute barnstormish us.
Is basketball on that day?
Fuck, I hope so. Probably. What day? So it's playing Thursday. Because it's back-to-back games in Miami. It's usually every other day, sometimes 2 days. So Thursday, won't play Friday. It'll probably be on Sunday, to be honest. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday our time, which is pretty sick.
Do they have it on Sunday night for them so then they can get straight into the pods the next day?
No, well, I have a feeling it's going to be on Saturday night because Game 7 is always on a Sunday night. So it'll be Saturday night.
Would that be Sunday for us then?
Sunday for us. And then
Monday, fuck.
And then we've got Monday off either way. We'll see. It'll either be Saturday, Sunday, Monday for us.
We got basketball into Carlton Essendon. Perfect.
Fucking oath. Let's go.
It's a great day.
Feeling better to us after doing 180s on the toilet for the week.
Mate, I've been like fucking shit all week.
Have you been just terrible?
I mean, look at my eyes. They look like buttholes. I look like, what's his name?
Abe's Odyssey.
No. Who's the comedian that fucks all the chicks?
I don't know who.
He's with Kim Kardashian. What's his name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. My eyes look like buttholes.
Oh, fuck, that's good. Yeah, so you're crook as, and you had a hell of a week, have you?
I had a course today, and my guts were rumbling all day. I haven't had a coffee. Huh?
What have you been eating?
Fuck all. I haven't been hungry.
Wow.
And I haven't had a coffee in like 6 days because I don't trust it. And I went to the toilet at Smoko. Oh my God. It's like someone loaded up a double espresso, a can of like air and like rice bubble pellets and just went out of a gurney.
Oh God. You been wearing white jocks?
Fuck yeah.
Oh God.
No way. I definitely needed a nappy today. Shit.
What is wrong with your guts? Fuck, you must have got fucking salmonella or something from that.
Yeah, I'm getting a blood test on Friday, so pray for me.
As we said, you ordered a Parma and got a pub Coke. The guy took like 10 minutes to get you your pub Coke. He just couldn't find a schooner glass. So then he just gave you a pot glass. Then you sat down, like after you got your Coke, and the second you sat down, your Parma came out, and you reckon it was just frozen, bit of grilled cheese, bang.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Fuck. Mine was actually really nice. The rest of us iron guts were fine. Your dodgy guts were shit house.
I'm weak.
Fuck.
All right, hell of a pod, Jev.
That's the show.
Hey, if you've listened this far, DM us saying Dobes crook guts, just so we know you're still listening.
If you DM us between now and the 100K show a ticket of Clary winning best on and he wins, we will give away a Zinger Box meal to you. We will give you a Zinger Box meal. On Monday night, that'll be your dinner, a large Zinger Box meal.
Large Zinger Box.
Menu to your door.
We will get a Zinger Box delivered to you.
If Clayton Oliver wins best on, which he will, and I will give my Norm Smith medal next week.
Fucking oath. All right, Jeff.
See you, Dad.
All right, mate.